Hello, and welcome back, everybody, to Despedia. The game with a lot of Speedia in it. Want to thank everybody for joining me. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. We're continuing where we left off in the last episode. And I've just been heading back to Central. And something bad is happening here at the office, apparently. I just stopped here on the way. Whoa, yeah, that's something bad when your neck is not in the right place. Yeah. And when you're holding your head in your hands, things are definitely not good. Well, there's some rogue robot here going on. I am Will 8. I think I am the Terminator. I will destroy you all. Look how cool I am. I look like a raven bird. So yeah, a lot of people have, wanted me to put like subtitles, maybe, translate all of the dialogue, but I mean, yeah, looking at subtitles, you're often looking at the bottom of the screen and you miss some stuff, and I don't know, for me personally, I just think it's easier to actually, listen to somebody. That way you can focus on the action, what's going on the screen. You can see the fun stuff. I've also had some people want to leave all the fights in. I know some of the battles I kind of cut them short. And, that's just because, they're very repetitious. Like Final Fantasy, just taking the turns. And so I kind of like to show the beginning and the end. But, yeah, let me know in the comments if, people really want to just watch the entire fight of each enemy in this game, or if you're fine with me making it shorter. I don't know if you want subtitles. I suppose I could do that too, but I think commentary is a bit more entertaining. I don't know, maybe that's just a personal preference. I know like a lot of videos on YouTube have no commentary and they advertise it as such. It's like, blah 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 speedrun, no commentary, but for me, I just always skip those because commentary is just way more entertaining. Especially if there's somebody unlike me that, has a funny voice and can tell a lot of great jokes about what's going on. And, then commentary is just way better than no commentary at all. Yeah, I don't know. Those of you that are watching this video, do you like actual commentary on the game, or do you prefer watching games with no commentary at all? I honestly think they're kind of boring. I just, I could just play the game and no commentary, but, watching somebody else play it, especially if you want to play it, it's pretty boring to watch somebody else play a game unless they're, kind of talking about it. I think this was a totally optional fight, by the way, if you're playing through this game, but I'm making sure to get all the optional fights and get all the characters. Gonna go for 100% completion in the game here. I really don't know if there's like a special good ending if you get 100%, meet all the characters, get all the data entries. It's kind of weird talking to this girl now. As a shop owner, just holding her head. But yeah, see, like, there's another weird creep guy that just shows up here, and he'll be entered into the character entry. A Frankenstein wannabe scientist? I don't know. But yeah, once again, there's a lot of talk going on here, but a lot of it is just kind of, commentary and, especially some of the dives, a lot of them are nonsense words, and it's not really all that interesting, to be honest. Yeah, as I play the game, I read all of the text and what all the people are talking about, but it's really not all that interesting. Occasionally you'll have a really deep story plot happen and with some, interesting story information going on. And in those cases, I'll explain what's going on, but most of the time it's just, hello, how are you? Welcome to my shop. And, a lot of the dives are very, repetitious stuff. Hey, it's Parma again. My favorite bib android. Apron android, I guess. Something's going on at Central. It's kind of funny, like, all of her dialogue, she's so excited about, like, shooting and, people getting killed, blood splattering everywhere, bugs all over the place. Like, she's, like, just so thrilled with anything that's grotesque. So it makes her dialogue kind of amusing. Hey, it's the Latex Police. My favorite people. See, on the last episode, some things happen in Midian, that southern area, and I'm just reporting back to the father of what's going on. As you know, our main character, Alua, works for the church, which seems like it's full of some kind of corruption. Something's going on in the church organization, something behind the scenes. Okay, had a funny cut there, but usually if there's a cut, I'm just walking around minding my own business, and usually nothing's happening. Trying to fight the enemies, make sure I've seen every single new enemy in the area. And now we're blocked off from the Gomi area by the staff, who still don't know how to spell right on their t-shirts. Bloody staff, can't even pronounce it. But yeah, these guys were blocking us from Midian, a few episodes ago, and now they're blocking us from the trash area back here. And it's always about Billy for some reason in these, dialogues. Everybody's talking about Billy, and it's not the Billy that was playing the guitar before. It's the mafia guy that they keep talking about. Which, I don't know, I guess he's not a bad person. But, oh, hey, maybe this time I can just argue my way through this guy. Never mind, I'll just kill him instead. See, Alua, you should have done this before, Like, when these guys are in your way, just take them out if you need to go somewhere. That's the easiest way to progress. I've also been doing a lot of, creation of the minions, familiars, whatever you want to call them, the mind familiars, kind of off camera, off screen. A few episodes when I first got there, I showed how it worked and how you could do it, and the pretty cool animations involved when you make new familiars for Alua. But I'm usually putting those off camera now to kind of save and mainly just going through the story. So yeah, I don't know why he was blocking this area off. This area was already destroyed, as I recall, before we went to Midian. So, oh hey, here's something going on. Yatto mitsukata no. I have found you. Congratulations, you have found me. This is that girl who was wandering the street in the very beginning. It would be good if everybody died. Well, at least she's positive about that sort of thing. What's with all these like nice normal people becoming deranged evil things that I have to fight? It's like, come on, can I enjoy a conversation with a normal person anymore? And once again, when the screen is blue like that, it's Alua's inner monologue, inter monologue. Blech, forgetting English. I actually like this enemy. She's took her face off, and underneath is Hal. I'm sorry, Dave. I mean, Alua. I cannot let you pass. Seen a lot of weird like there's very little information about this game on the internet, but I have seen some, and from what I've seen, it's really oddly translated and named and stuff. I don't know. If you watch my channel long enough, you know that I despise improper naming and renaming games. If you're born with a name, that's the name. You can't. Somebody else just can't change your name on you. It's totally rude. But katakana, the main character's name in this game is Arua, or Alua, if you want to use L. I've seen some people spell like A-L-L-U-R-E, Alure, and there is no re. At the end, there is no katakana re, so that is an incorrect spelling. It's just Alua, and I think that's the best way to say her name. And if you wanted to spell it, A-L-U-A, or you could do a double L, I guess, A-L-L-U-A, Alua, but it's not Alure. There is no re katakana in her name, so I'm not sure why in the world it's spelled that way. I'm a purist. I always go for, the katakana spelling the way the Romaji is supposed to be. But yeah, until I see like a manual with the official spelling, I'm just going to call her Alua, because that is the katakana. And here we have the priest, who's looking more and more like a vampire, from the Midian area. The guy was actually a pretty decent guy, but he's been using some Spidia drug illegally, but he is doing it because that's the only way he can help. There's some people that need some help, and that's the only way he could do it. Russian. Oh, good job. They always come up. Gokuro-sama desu. Good job, Alua. Now we'll take over. It's like, leave all the hard work to me. You'd think that these outfits would be really uncomfortable. I mean, yeah, it sort of looks like they have a bulletproof vest for the police force, but I don't know, just a perfectly aimed bullet in the belly button. It's like a target there, and could take out most people, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure why I'm trying to analyze this game from the perspective of reality. In fact, I'm thinking that the entire game is in the Matrix or something. All these places and these people, we're all in some kind of machine matrix or something. The smell of blood. It's like one of Alua's favorite lines. So I went back from the Gomi area all the way back to the head church, and we've got a shootout going on. Billy's asking people questions about Rushian, and he's like, oh, nobody's around to answer me because they're all dead. Well, yeah, dude, if you shoot all the people, you're not going to be able to get any information. And then he's like, oh, hey, there's still one person alive. That would be me. Okay, never mind. Billy's a bad person. I thought he was a good person, but he's always got that unlit cigarette hanging from his mouth. And I'm not sure how many suits he goes through in a week, splattered with blood. And Alua is wondering what's with that, pose. He's holding his hands up in a funny way, like he's got a gun. But yeah, apparently he supports Rushian, the priest guy, and maybe we've taken him in for questioning or something. Maybe he's in the back, and he's here to rescue Rushian. So yeah, I'm not sure what's up with his hands there. Yurusanin Dayo. Well, I guess we shouldn't be holding Rushian for questioning. Ju? Doko kara? Uh-oh. It's just sort of appeared in his hands out of nowhere. That's kind of an interesting effect. Alua is kind of confused because she didn't sense the gun, but somehow he was holding it and he was able to make it invisible or something. Alright, Billy. Bring it on. No matter how many familiars you summon, I'll take them all out. So yeah, best strategy I've found is to do the multi-hit attacks, spells and things that hit multiple enemies until the familiars are gone, and that way you're weakening the main enemy. And then when all the familiars are finally gone, don't do the multi-attack things anymore. It's kind of a waste of MP and a waste of energy or whatever. It's better to do the single target attacks because those do more damage, and you've only got a single target anyway. So it's kind of silly to do the uber powerful attacks that hit multiple enemies when there's just one enemy. See, I cut that fight down a little bit. It was longer than I had expected it to be, but it wasn't too difficult. Just got to be on your toes, take the familiars out, and then the person's mind shield is low, and it's much easier to take them out then. Ooh, well, we have a a big event coming up here. Whenever the screen goes black and asks me to save, you know something big is going to happen. I think we're finally going to the new area. So we're going to a place called Break Town. 4:45 in the afternoon. So Billy gave us some kind of tip that we need to go here and investigate the factory. There's some strange happenings going on here. Help me, sis. I don't want it. It's scary. Please help me. Remember when people say like one-chan in, Japanese, it's not sis or sister as in an actual relation. It's a term of endearment in Japanese. Like when I worked at an elementary school, some kids would call me that, one-san or something, like I'm their brother or something, but I'm not. And it's kind of a term of endearment. It's not a term of, that they're actually related, which is the way you would think in Western culture. Sister-brother is a straight-up relationship by blood, but that is not the case in Japan. It's kind of a term of endearment, often like putting chan, or kun or anything on the end of somebody's name. Something on the... Oh, wait. Well, there's the map on the table. How convenient. Benri da ne. It's kind of nice they're like giving it to me much easier now instead of actually having to search for the maps in the area. Yamero deba. He's like, he just doesn't want me to scan his brain. Yeah, honestly, a lot of the dives are just, some of the inner monologues of the characters, and it's not really, beneficial or related to the story or anything at all. So, hey, here's our new map. It was there on the table. Looks like it was drawn by a 5-year-old. A very skilled and artistic 5-year-old, that's for sure. Yeah, once again, I love the mapping style in this game. It's like every new area, the map is different and has a different art style, different look to it. It's kind of a cool little feature, I'm sure some of the developers had fun making up map designs, for each area of the game or something. The director was too tired one night and handed a piece of paper to his young daughter and said, "Draw me a map of what you think this place looks like." And so we have a map of this area. Aniki, brother, somebody's coming. That would be me. Okay, so there's some evil guy hiding in the darkness there, where I saw the illusion miss. What is wrong with you, Alua? Come on, he's standing right there in front of you. How could you miss? It takes a while to figure out which attacks are more effective because once again it's the elemental affinity stuff. Some elements are weaker to other elements. Miss. Okay, Alua, you are officially fired. Just have the minions do it. Alua can't hit anything. But yeah, like I showed way back when we were talking to Assess, she was, you know, a Lewis mentor. She explained the weaknesses, like the paper rock scissors. You know, electricity is weak to water, and water is strong to wind or whatever. And also got darkness and fire, etc., etc. The usual Final Fantasy trope. So, so you can like. Yeah, it's so hard to read, but I love the way they did the dives. So yeah, if you like observe this corner, you can get infinite fights here. So it's just like it's one of those places if you want to farm experience and money, or if you need money, you can just constantly search the corner and constantly fight that same guy over and over again. I have an inquiry. You know, it's weird, like, this place is all written in Korean. You know, the game takes place in Japan. Part of it was in New Tokyo, and part of it in Osaka. And I'm guessing we're still near the Osaka area. But I'm not sure why there's Korean written all over the place in this place. Maybe this is Korean town? Spidia. Everybody's wanting that Spidia. Okay, so this guy, even though he looks normal, is a druggie, and he wants some Spidia. And I suppose if I want some information from him, I'll have to give him some Spidia. Daremo inen dayo. Nobody's here. Well, it's obvious somebody's there. Nope, still can't get in. I love it. It's like, you know, I know you're in there because I can hear you yelling. Hello, miss. I have an inquiry. Because apparently your place has something to do with inquiries. Guardian? Okay, so she's using a guardian as her bouncer. So I shouldn't be walking around here asking questions. Even though that's an inquiry place. See, I can't go in there. That guardian's gonna prevent me. Uh-oh. Hey. Don't be doing that countdown stuff. Fine, I'll step away. It's like RoboCop. You have 5 seconds to comply. And then he just keeps counting down. Like, dude, I complied. Leave me alone. So there's a suspicious alley there. So yeah, I'm just making sure you know, I've interacted with everything that I can before we move on to the factory. Oh, okay, so there's my mind, or my minion making facilities. Typically just going to go ahead and cut those out, but I did some experimentation. And we'll check this new place. Kawaii. One-san, irashai kya. Pretty. One-chan, pretty. Well, thank you. Now, get away from me. looks like the master. Abunakata. Dude, why do you have such people in your institution here if they're gonna be abunai? No, I do not want that empty glass. So this looks like well, not looks like it, I know it is. It's one of those entertainment places. And I'm still not sure why it's all in Korean, but a place of entertainment. Depending on your fantasy, you can go behind the different curtains and enjoy. Looks like most of them are torture anyway. Musan Kimochi. Yes. That is one creepy arm. Which means I guess she is perfect for working here in this place. Doting out some pain. I'm sorry, Musan, but there was a human lady out front interrupting us. So they're going to continue with the whip action. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm not actually able to see what is actually going on. Okay, so there's 4 rooms here. Let me go do a scan dive on each of them right quick here. No kodomotachi. Wait a second. Like recently there has been like talk about the kids again, which is kind of bothering me because you remember all those kids that were kidnapped? There were a bunch of kids that were kidnapped when we were back in the bazaar area, and they were presumably, dead by the time Alua got there, by the time we got there to rescue. Lovely, dude. You've definitely been playing with that girl with the claws, that's for sure. So let me just go ahead and do a dive on each of these spots, because free experience is always welcome. I love that they're like some of the text is doing it like a crossword puzzle now. Once again making this game way more difficult to do in English, because the way they're doing the crossword, it wouldn't work in English necessarily with the English letters. They wouldn't cross over properly. Well, if it's oh, come on. If it's painful, dude, just get out of there. But yeah, I'm sure you're enjoying it, right? Enjoying it so much that your hand has been cut off. And now you are the craw. Not the craw, the craw. He likes Saori. That's his favorite girl here, huh? So yeah, of course in this world there isn't like a really nice, room with a good massage. It's all torture. It's got to be torture, eroticism. Okay, last one. Oh, look, somebody's come. No, thank you. Oh my goodness. Irashai. Welcome. Ara? A new customer. No, thank you. I am out of here. Oh, you must be a fan of me, huh? Well, if it wasn't for the disturbing mouth... And no, I do not want to be eaten, thank you very much. Ping pong. Well, at least she has an amusing personality. Oh, you've come to see the master, right? Not really, I already saw him, but... Sure. Well, hey, she can definitely munch you to death, but at least she had a positive personality. If you can read katakana, you'll notice the word mama appears a lot. And for those that don't know, mama is not, somebody's mother in these situations. The word mama is often used for, hey, level up. Kind of owners of an institution. Like a brothel or a bar. Sometimes there'll be a woman that's the main person in charge, and they'll be called mama. Or also even like some ramen shops, some personal ramen shops, and there's a lady that's the owner, and she does all the work and talks to the patrons, talks about their woes. More ghost kids. So yeah, often the word mama here does not imply an actual mother, but the owner or the head mistress of a shop or institution. I think let's say a good example is Gintama. And if you've never seen the Gintama anime, I highly recommend it. Why are you watching these videos? You should be watching Gintama right now instead. Because they're so much funnier, so much more funnier, more funny. But often Gintama will... he uses that expression with the lady that owns his house, the apartment that Gin-san lives in, and she also runs the bar that's on the first floor. But she's not his real mama. Just another one of those Japanese expressions I find quite fascinating. And so this is the factory. Yeah, there's lots of screaming. Yeah, it's like most of those are kind of useless to translate, to be honest. It's almost always screaming and agony and something bad happening, and I want to go home. I can relate. I want to go home too. I don't like this place. Feels bad. Powerful mind is calling to me, huh? It seems like, yeah, all these doors are locked. Of course. 3 doors into the factory and they're all locked. Lovely. And one single man standing there. You don't happen to have the key, do you? It's like, oh, she sees me. She's looking at me. Yeah, dude, you're like standing there right in the open. I think anybody can see you. The secret of the factory. I wonder what that could be. So Lua is trying to get some information. Kawaii, scary, 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 scary. I love that effect. It's like a waterfall. Kanji waterfall. Kawaii. It's also scary. It's like the thing that, you know, this is supposed to be a horror game, but the thing that makes this game scary is the sort of morbid dread you feel as a player. You know, there's no jump scares really in this game, except, you know, you're walking down a hall and suddenly there'll be a random enemy encounter. Oh, hey, a weapon shop, nice. You know, and they kind of try to make that as a jump scare by, you know, suddenly switching to the battle music. But really, you know, this kind of game, there's no jump scares. So in order to make it scary, it's just sort of this feeling of dread. You know, wherever you go, lots of disturbing dialogue. You know, that just freaks you out, kind of like a haunted house or something. So, just taking a look here, seeing I don't really have a whole lot, I guess, of the defense. I'll take that for sure. Not a huge upgrade, but hey. Rachel? That's quite a defense increase. Definitely got to take the weapon here. Don't know why this is called Rachel. I have a friend named Rachel. She's really cute. But I'm pretty sure this is not her. Decisions. I don't know, taking the VP down, the 10% thing is... You know what? I'm gonna stay with my current stuff. I'm sure there's gotta be a better one of those accessories somewhere while I can still keep my VP up. Okay, I'll sell the old weapons. Sell the old armor. Why doesn't this guy sell me some of his awesome guns on the wall? You know, I'm really torn. I want that, but I guess it really isn't that much of a increase in, you know, defense. Okay, time for a break. We'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and we'll just keep on plowing through this game. じゃあ皆さん、またね